YouTube to It's Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a pretty triggering video today. One of my favorite creators, Sushi Zed, the Coffee Pod, went over a video that triggered him and also kind of triggered me. And I just want to go over this video and, have a discussion with you guys about it. So please put a like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And then it's chow time, guys.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Sushi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Man tries to tell his mom about his depression. This is what happens oftentimes when men try to open up. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
Is desperate for her son, Ty, to get his life together. He has no job and no goals. Lavinia, what was Ty like as a child?
I'm a single parent. I had to work. This kid would pick up his two little sisters, make sure that they eat, make sure that their homework was done. If I
Sounds like a good kid to me.
had to stay late, he'd make sure they took a bath and put them to sleep. And then he changed.
Ty, you're getting really emotional right now, and so am I, because
Yeah, I did
I
things,
know
and I'm
what
still
to
that kid. I'm still that kid.
I haven't
told
seen
her
him in
that.
10
I'm still that
years.
kid. I'm still that kid. I'm tired. I'm depressed. I'm tired.
you go. Okay.
I'm tired.
Notice the things she said he used to do as a kid, right? She's a single mom, does not have a father, but was still expected as a kid to fulfill that fatherly role.
Yep.
Problem number one. Let's keep listening.
I'm just tired. I'm hurt. I've been through stuff in my life.
Because
No,
you
that's
chose
personal.
to-
No, it don't even matter about none of that.
It does
No,
matter.
listen, it does. It does. But I'm tired. Like I said, I'm depressed. I have personal things going on. Sometimes that
Tell
can
us
stop
what those
somebody.
personal things
that
are.
can stop people. Me being depressed.
what are
like
those
me,
personal things you're going through?
Like-
Stop yelling about them and tell us about it.
All right, like my personal stuff. Like I never really had friends, and then when I got around friends, I basically always did exactly. I always had to like. It's like I feel like yeah, you gave me everything, but you kind of gave me too much. But because you gave me too much, my friends were jealous of me. I always had fake friends around me. So that's what I'm saying. It's cool that you did that, but you also got to understand what that brings, what that attracts, Monk. You got to feel me on that. That's what I'm saying.
You got some twisted logic
Yeah.
going on here. That's
Nah,
some twisted
man, like,
logic.
As soon as he says something, all of these women on this panel have something to say about it. Like,
I'm just saying, it's mental things that can mess with.
Okay,
it's
but
mental
Ty,
things that bothers me in the
you're
physical
telling us that
world.
you're depressed?
I don't have motivation. How can I have?
Hold on a second. My man here just tried to honestly express his experience of being given too much,
yep.
which this is what single mothers do a lot of the times. They spoil their sons. Their sons become ungrateful. And he said, I was given too much, did too much for me, and it backfired against me. Regardless of whether you may disagree or agree with that in specific, the way that all those women reacted on that panel to just shout him down as soon as he started to open.
He's right. All those women were about to like pounce on him as soon as he said that, he was given too much by his mom. And he said it in a very nice manner. He was just saying like it made it hard for him to relate to his friends because he was given so much. His friends didn't have the same privileges as he did, so they just circled him for those privileges, is what he's saying.
Open up is wrong.
And he didn't try to blame her either. He was just saying things come with the things that you provided for me, Mom. Like I had to deal with, and I'm still struggling through it.
Right. Let's keep listening.
Motivation, yes. How can I have my motivation when everything is handed to me?
Right, so you're telling us that you're depressed.
Yeah, I'm depressed.
He said it himself, and I was
She had to ask twice. Like it's like she's questioning if like he's truly depressed or not.
gonna say it, but he said it himself. So I'm right along there with you, bro. He said, how can I have motivation when everything's handed to me? You know who understands that a man must go out here and get it?
Yep.
A man. So all you single women who are out here thinking you can do it on your own, you're producing this.
Exactly what said. You guys are babying your sons to the point where they don't know how to be a man on their own. or you didn't teach him the skills and the lessons needed. And they're struggling out there.
And this man here is smart enough to realize that it him up. Women, you are not men. You're not men, and you cannot fulfill that fatherly role. A man knows when he's doing too much for his son.
Yes.
And again, he said he lacked motivation.
I agree. My father was very this way. He gave us as much as he could, but he knew when there was too much. Like, for me to get video games when I was younger, I had to get straight A's. Every quarter, I showed him my report card. We would go to Best Buy and get a video game because I earned it. I wasn't just given video games because I wanted video games. Everything was earned through my father.
He understood that. He needed to learn how to go out and get it on his own. But they're just being so dismissive with him as he's sharing his experience. Let's get back
That they are.
I'm always depressed. I'm in a dark spot. I know I'm in a dark spot, and I've been there for a long time.
But Ty, that's still no reason that if you feel that in your dark place, to take that out on your mother.
That's my best friend, yo. That's my
Exactly.
best
Do you
friend.
listen?
I can't even talk
And you
to
know
my
what?
mom.
Okay,
yo.
hold up. So
That's a big problem when your best friend is your mother. You're not able to share certain things with your mother. And you're not able to share certain things with a woman, tell you the truth, as being men. They just don't understand what's going through our minds and what the things that we're going through. They live a very different life than we do.
has he had a problem with alcohol?
Imagine there was a panel and the woman was on here and she said she felt depressed.
Yeah, they would
She
have
started
cowered
crying.
right behind her.
Do you honestly think, be honest, guys, this panel would have reacted the same way
Oh, fuck no,
towards
they wouldn't.
that woman? The way that they react right now to this young man. Do you really believe that? Because I know that's not true. The man can't even express himself. It's
Nope.
not good enough. Oh, I'm going through depression. That's still no excuse.
Yep. Straight up told them it was an excuse.
Let's keep listening.
He has a problem with alcohol. He's an alcoholic.
Ty, when did you start drinking? How old were you?
Probably 13.
13. Okay.
Probably
That's
13.
Very early.
She be drinking with me. She put me on.
I put you on at 13?
She put me on.
You're
Yeah.
a liar.
Lavinia, how much is he drinking?
He drinks 5 and 6.
You guys see that? How fast her drinking with her 13-year-old son gets skimmed over. And to how much was he drinking?
5 to 6 bottles, and the bottles is like this, like the 40
years
ounce.
ago.
Oh, he's chugging some 40 ounces?
Yeah,
The
we
40
heard that
ounces.
Years ago, I was like 17,
The
19.
That's a lie. 5
Really?
and 6, I promise you.
But we skipped over the fact that she put him on, like he said,
Yep.
right? We're just going to skip over that.
You, Vivica. 5.
This is the thing about the sisterhood. They are so... They're so together that, like, even if someone does something blatantly wrong in their face, they just choose to ignore it.
5 to 6.
I would throw up
a
now.
day.
I would throw up.
love
If
it.
I tried
No.
that now, I would throw up now.
no.
If I tried that now,
that's a
I'm
long
telling
list.
you.
That's binge drinking.
Let me tell
5
you
to 6
something.
drinks
Y'all
is binge
bill that y'all
drinking.
have, he's only been here a day and a half.
Right.
So tell us, you stayed at a hotel that the show put you up in, and you ran up almost a $200 bar
Yes.
bill.
So you have an alcoholic problem and you're depressed. And, but what about this bill that you ran up? It's like they really do not care about him. They really don't.
Here, let's talk about it. 1 bottle of whiskey, $60. 1 bottle of premium tequila, $71.18. 1 bottle of regular tequila, $17.52. We got some beer, a couple soft drinks, and an
Hi,
orange juice.
I have a question for you.
The man needs help.
Yeah.
Obviously, that is not healthy. Right.
For you.
Yes, ma'am.
You did this yesterday.
Yes, ma'am.
Why would you think that's okay?
I didn't. I wasn't thinking.
You just did it.
I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking.
But did
I
you
saw
drink
it.
all
I
that
saw it.
liquor
I
by
saw it.
yourself?
No, I had
They're
friends
so
with me.
accusatory, Adam.
On our tab, you know, Vivica, I want to say, I don't feel anything. This is all something that, as an alcoholic, I'm very familiar with. It's the woe is me story, the oh, I'm so sorry, well, feel sorry for me because I was deprived of this, that, and the other thing, and I was raised really well, just like this kid was.
Guys, this is so upsetting that all I can do right now is laugh.
I agree.
This kid was raised well in a single mother household. Ma'am, shut up.
Agreed. Like that judge lady has no clue what the fuck she's talking about. Like, I was raised right. Like, you probably came with two parents. He was raised by a single mother. That's obviously having him help raise the other kids.
How could she say that?
This is all, I don't feel any emotion toward him right now.
Why?
Because it's all a game. It's all his
For
MO.
him to get his way?
His MO. His manipulation of his, I would cry. I'm sorry, Mom, I'm never going to.
So when men cry, we're trying to manipulate. Is this what she just fucking said? What the fuck do women do? What is crying for them then? Because that's exactly what they do. There's no reason to cry unless it's to elicit sympathy for women. So if you're going to say that to men, it works both ways.
Drink again, I'm never going to drink.
Wow. 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 I am legit blown away. Blown away.
I was blown away the
this is
same way as he was.
First
dude.
off, being raised up in a single mother household, regardless of how great you think you did, your kids will have problems
100%.
as a result of that. A lot of them drug-related problems.
Like, imagine the kids that come from two goddamn parents still have issues. What makes you think one parent is going to do a better job? That's just so fucking mind-blowing.
A lot of them abuse of alcohol. And I'm not saying that he's not responsible for himself and he shouldn't work on himself. But to act like he had an ideal situation growing up is ridiculous, especially since he's venting and opening up about his past, right? Again, this is why men need fathers. As always, the internet did respond, and a lot of people had a lot to say about this situation. Let's check out these comments to see what the people have to say. First comment here comes from the spiritual word. It says, for your information, the woman who felt nothing was a judge for over 25 years.
Right? A judge with that kind of emotional disconnect. Imagine the harsh sentences that she was giving men because she felt the way she's been feeling. She has no emotions for these guys.
Wow. Next comment from another woman says, I'm at a loss of words. This man is crying out to be understood. Instead, he's being attacked.
100.
Sad face.
This is why a lot of
The
men
woman responded
don't
back
share.
to her and
this
said,
is how
right,
we feel.
his feelings should have been validated, not questioned. With sad emojis, so sad. Another woman here says, this is why men, especially black men, do not express their feelings. Very true.
I agree. I have quite a few black friends that really don't share their emotions too much, even amongst the guys. And seeing this type of people attack him for trying to share his feelings, I 100% understand why black men in particular have this particular feeling. Like, even as an Asian guy, I didn't share my feelings with my father all that much. I didn't share much feelings overall in general. We were just taught you have to take care of the family. Family is absolute. You have to make money. If you don't make money, you're useless. That's how I was raised.
And finally, the last comment here says, unfortunately for us, men, we don't get to have sob stories. He got to man up and deal with this shit. This is coming from a fellow man. And
100%, guys.
Dealing with it doesn't mean holding it and pinning it inside, gentlemen. There is therapy. And if you can't afford therapy, do your absolute best to try and have male friends who you could talk about the situations from the past about.
All right, what Sushi said, I 100% agree. Being strong doesn't mean you have to hold everything in. Being a man does not mean you have to hold everything in. Go to therapy. Find a good, solid group of friends, male friends, that you can share these types of emotions with. They are out there. I'm sure your male friends are yearning for the same connection that you are with them by sharing some of these things. Be careful, though. You really do have to be careful. The people you do share these vulnerabilities with. We always say women can use these things against us. Some men do too. And you always have to be careful with who you surround yourself with.
You don't have to just pin it down. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news here and just give you guys straight black coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
But a lot of women out here who see a man react in this way, they have the same reaction. The difference with this is it was on camera and people were able to catch, to see the type of lack of sympathy a man has who cries
100%
about his past experience. Are there good women out there who understand? Very few and far in between who can see through this situation.
I agree with him. It just, the male experience is so different from the female experience that they almost cannot fully understand the experiences that each other are going through. It is so different.
Next comment here from another person says, yeah, this is so sad. First of all, they're not trying to hear him out at all. They just see he has a drinking issue, and that's all they need to hear. Second, the mother needs to take accountability for her putting so much pressure on her son to raise his other siblings. Yes, you need a husband. Stop turning your son into your husband. This comment goes on to read, he had to.
So, for this statement, even in my household, both of my parents were a solid unit, but they worked a business. They worked crazy hours. Even in my family unit, I had 2 younger siblings. I did the same thing that this gentleman did for his siblings. I would come home, cook, make food, do the laundry for my siblings, take care of my siblings, walk them to school, did most of the parenting for them. And I had 2 solid parents. I can't imagine this kid having to do it when he doesn't have a father figure in his life. This kid has gone through a lot. Like, I felt like I've gone through a lot having to raise my siblings. I literally consider my siblings my children because I've done so much for them. Even when people talk to my siblings, they consider me more of a father figure than they consider my father, just because I was there for them most of their life.
To grow up fast, he wasn't able to be his own kid, which can result in trauma and depression. God bless him, because wow. What's crazy about what she said is she almost like expected him to take up that role of like a father.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Right? She said, oh, he used to take care of the kids, but all of a sudden he stopped. How dare he grow a child? Another woman here says they're not showing 1 ounce of compassion or emotional maturity. We need to stop wondering why men don't open.
Yeah, and they say women have the more emotional security and more emotional intellect and stuff like that, but you literally see it. No, when it comes to men's issue, you guys can give no fucks.
Up when they're treated like this, when they attempt to hold space for Black men where they can express loneliness, depression, addiction, and sadness. Next comment here says, what? They bypassed his mom drinking with him as a child. So much wrong on this show. Yeah. I hope someone who can help him sees this clip. So guys, what happened next is I believe the main host of that show is Vivica Fox. If you guys know anything about Vivica Fox, she's a bitter woman.
I agree with
She's a bitter woman. This is the same woman who celebrated the fact that Kevin Samuels died.
R.I.P. Godfather.
Right. She thought he deserved it. She pretty much joked around about.
Yeah. To say that someone deserved to die is so emotionally intelligent, isn't it, guys? It's ridiculous.
About that. That's the type of person who is running that show. So you already know what we're dealing with here. A lot of people showed their disgust towards her on Twitter. This Twitter user tagged all the people and panelists on that show and says, at Miss Vivica, Ariva, Martin, Judge, Scary Mary, name is fitting in parentheses, Dr. Judy Ho. She said, all women who participated in the ridiculing and tearing down of a man who needed emotional support, love, and listening, compassionate ears, all of these women and his mother failed him.
I also want to say it. This panel was very race mixed. Very race mixed. And all of them reacted the same way. It did not matter the background that any of these women came from. They all thought the exact same way. This shows you something that in the West, it doesn't matter where you come from. The indoctrination of the thought process is very, very strong.
So Vivica Fox actually responded back to that Twitter comment and said, to every single one of delusional idiots that went digging for a clip 5 damn years ago, I'm going to take the time to block each and every one of you from trying to insult my character. Merry Christmas, B.
It's funny, it says, oh, it's 5 years ago. Kevin Hart got destroyed for a tweet that he did like 5 to 10 years ago. Men are constantly getting destroyed for the tweets that they did 10 plus years ago. So what makes you special?
With the peace emojis and the laughing emojis. See what you're dealing with here?
No,
you guys see the level of bitterness, not caring.
And again, this is also what I said. I always be saying, they're just going to double down. She knows she's in the wrong. She has to, but she can't show it. She has to double down and be a big boss bitch and call everybody bitches and, like, you know, just trash everybody because she wasn't wrong. This is the issue I have. Within the next 10 to 20 years, a lot of women in her shoes are going to be so bitter and so, like, are not willing to admit fault in public or accountability in public. They're just going to double, triple down, and this is what we're seeing right now.
She still has no sympathy after this clip resurfaces of Vivica Fox. She's not a good woman at all. And listen, I rarely like say that about even women who I'm reacting to on my platform, but bitter woman. She went on to say, I'm going to address this one time only to all of you negative clout chasers looking for a response. That's a small clip of a show from 5 years ago. Where am I attacking him? I was in tears at his pain. Did you see the full show? We got him therapy. You're creating a false narrative. No.
Nope.
Nope. You still don't have remorse, Vivica Fox.
Look at that. She's
and listen,
not
I'm
even
glad that this
apologizing.
panelist is finally getting justice for that clip, because how many times have we seen women pull up old shit of men from the past and try to use it against them today? Right. So, hey, now it's on the coffee pot. Hit that like button. Listen, you hit that like button, you get the word out. This video could go viral.
I'm going to link down his video down below. Please go there, make it viral. This was quite upsetting. You know, as men, we know we get fucking shitted on. We know our emotions don't matter. But to see a kid that's struggling like that, to get publicly shamed, it's fucking infuriating.
Make sure you hit that like button and get this shit out. Because I'm slightly triggered. Another woman responded and said, please go ahead and block me. You should be ashamed of yourself. 5 years ago, don't make a damn difference.
Damn right.
Yeah. Another chick here says, first mistake was getting on a platform full of anti-black misandrists.
Right.
Very true. This woman is a misandrist. She goes on to say they would not empathize with him regardless of the very valid emotional abuse and trauma that he is clearly suffering from. Pray this man finds a healthy outlet and someone who will validate him. Next comment from a man says, Ninja went on TV with Vivica Fox and his mother expecting real discourse. I don't know why meeting people where they are is so controversial in our community.
Yep.
Vivica A. Fox couldn't mediate shit for me. LMAO. Another woman here says, you failed this young man with your virtue signaling false empathy.
Yep.
Vivica Fox, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Tough love is not negating the very real trauma that led to this young man's addiction. How dare you? Next, another woman here says, Vivica Fox shouldn't have a show that deals with topics that should be addressed in therapy. Y'all are not Lianla. I don't know what that is. I probably said that wrong.
I don't know what the
Fix
fuck that
my
is.
life. That's why the panel on the show is getting dragged, because y'all shat on a man whose mom made him raise her children and is now an alcoholic. F y'all. Finally, the last comment here says, imagine you're telling your mom how depressed you are on national TV and Vivica Fox call signs say, yes, good. Here's your alcohol bill you ran up last night, loser. The laughing emoji, he says, wow, man. Finally, the last comment here says, Vivica Fox is such a nasty person. Y'all don't see that man hurting? Try to see where he's coming from instead of automatically siding with the mother. Two things can be true at once. As someone who was depressed for over 11 years, this hurts. I pray God heals his heart. Yeah, man. I want to say I'm surprised, but seeing Vivica Fox on this panel and seeing that she was kind of heading this show, which I've never seen before, did not surprise me. I hope that man found some help and is in a better place. I hope he's in a better place. Listen, this society has gotten so used to putting the burden and blaming everybody in a single mother household except for the single mother.
Yep.
Except for the single mother.
It's crazy that everything that comes from a single mother household, all the bad things that happen, we blame them, but we never blame the single motherhood. Ever. They are literally untouchables now. When before they were shamed for being single mothers. Now they are the untouchable class.
Families need men. They need husbands. And if you're not going to get married, stop having kids.
100%.
Stop having kids. Why? Because you're going to produce this. And then you have the nerve to blame the young man from being effed up from his unbalanced childhood. Listen, guys, as always, curious to know what you think. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.
All right, guys. What did you guys think of that chow? That was a rough one for me. Please leave some comments down below. Let's talk about this. Women that are subscribed to me, please, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Especially the one woman that has children that left a couple comments for me. Like, I can see why you're worried for your son, because the world's not really built for him to thrive. So again, please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that, guys. And go on to Sushi Said's channel, like and subscribe to him. Like that channel, blow that video up so we can get a little bit more awareness on that one. All right, thank you guys. It's chow time.